Hello, we are going to be looking at this paper of Ubteb, November, December 2022, and it had several numbers, and it's a paper of 4 hours, and it requires us to do 4 numbers. That means each number is 1 hour. But I've been advising students to target to do it like in 50 minutes so that they save 10 minutes for other tasks. For example, printing out codes, choosing numbers, because we have 6 numbers and we have to choose 4. That means you need some time to read it through, to create a folder on the desktop, and read the instructions. So you need some minutes to do that. That means you save 10 minutes per number, you have 40 minutes, which you can use for that extra work. So, reading through the papers is good. Read through number 1. Try to see what it needs. If you know you can do, you see a task which is difficult, then you can gauge yourself and see which number is easy for you. Question number 2 here is asking for using to initiate variables, to use an array. So if you see, you can handle array. This one here wants us to use loops, to use some nested loops so that we can display this multiplication table. So you see, there are several numbers that you need to read through. Number 5 here, giving us a table, and it wants us to make a program. Someone enters in the course ID, and it displays the details of the course on the screen. That is the course name and the tuition. Okay. Then we have another question number 6 here. Question number 6. It is about prime numbers. So you read through the paper and take time, read through the paper and all the instructions. So you need at least some 15 minutes. Read through and choose your numbers. So in my case, I want to do this number 5 because I see it as very easy, because I can use what you call the switch statement, so that when someone enters in the course ID, I can display the course and tuition. So it's always good to think and envision, how will I do this number? So this paper can be downloaded. For those who are following, can download it on Shareability. It's available. You just come to Shareability and type the word Java in the search bar. You'll be able to find some papers of Java. There's this one and there's another one here. So you can be able to try out. So this one here was 2020, there's another one of 2022. So this one I'm doing is 2022, you can download it on shareability.net and get it. So let us get started with this paper. So like the instructions guided, you create a folder on the desktop. This folder is where you save all your work. So I'm going to come here on the desktop and create a folder, and I'll call it Mukalele Rogers. Okay. After creating my folder on the desktop, I can also put there my registration number. Okay. The paper is telling me I should use Eclipse software or NetBeans, and it should also have Java installed. So I hope you can download these softwares online. They are free softwares. Personally, I have Eclipse is here installed. So I'll just simply double click on Eclipse, and Eclipse is going to open. So Eclipse is going to open so that I can be able to run. Also, Java must be installed. So you should install your Java as well, so that it is installed on your computer. Actually, to check whether Java is installed on your computer, you can open the command prompt. And open the command prompt, and then you say Java version. So if I say Java version, it should be able to show me that Java version 1.8 is installed. So make sure you have Java runtime environment. You can search for this on Google and install before you install your Eclipse. So here, if I have other programs I had opened earlier, which I did when I was on the computer, it is always good to close them. And if possible, you can close the project. So you find that there are some projects already. In order not to confuse yourself, you can remove them from your workspace so that you don't have other workspaces disturbing. So I'm going to start doing my work. I've closed the workspaces, and now I'm going to go. I've also opened my Eclipse. I have my Java installed. I've selected my numbers, and I've realized number 5 is my simplest, and I'm ready to start. So I'm going to say, create an application called Cornerstone. This one application, you can also call it a project Cornerstone, small letters. So I'm going to come my file menu, new, I'll call project, not Java, not project, but Java project. If you say project, it brings a wizard, which again may have other things. So it's better to say new Java project. Okay? And just for the sake of this, I'm starting at around 4:15. So I'm starting now. So project name, I'm going to call where there is use default location, I remove the tick, I browse, because I want to put my project not in the default workspace, but on my desktop, in my folder, which I called Mukalele Rogers. Inside the folder, since I will put also other work. If I say select folder, they will take the folder name to be the project name. So I don't do that. I instead browse, and inside the folder here, I create another folder, and I call it Cornerstone. So that if I'm to do another number, I will also put it in the same Mukalele Rogers folder. So that is what is important. So you select the folder name is what they will take as the project name. So don't select just your name and make it as a location. Inside your name, create another folder, which is going to be your project folder. If I follow it. Then from there, we have removed this. I say finish. So after finishing, I've put my project very well. If I minimize, inside my folder, I'll realize that they have created another folder for that question. So if I do another question, they will put there another folder. Now, after that, I'll right click on this Cornerstone, and I say new class. As per the question here, they are saying create a Java class called what? Courses. So I'll create a class called courses. Okay? Now, in this case, I'll tell Java Eclipse to even put for me the public class, because I'll run this one class. So I'll put that, and I say finish. So Eclipse is going to put for me some code to start with. It's going to then it will put for me this comment where I'm going to start. So go back to my question. So this question requires using what you call you can use what you call a switch according to what I've seen. So I'm going to come and I come here. I'll come here and I say in my program here, they are telling me to base what the applicant to feed in is the course ID. Okay? So I'll declare my variable. I'll call it string course ID. Okay? That is my string which I'm going to use. And then I need to have a way of okay, let me first do it in a simple way. I'm going to initiate, so let me just do it in a very simple way. So I'll have software engineering, this is SE. So let me just instantiate it, SE, but we shall change this so that people can enter their own course. For the start, I'm instantiating it directly. I've created my variable and I'm initiating it directly. But I can use the scanner class to make it entered manually. Then from there, I'm going to say switch, okay? Course what? Course ID, okay? So inside the switch here, whatever the course ID is, I will have several cases. Case one. I will not say case one. I'll say case SE. Okay? Case SE. And I'll say system dot out. In case someone enters SE, print ln, then inside here I will put the details of software what? Engineering. Software engineering details where the course is what? Software engineering, and tuition is what? 900. So I'll put course software what? Engineering. Tuition is what? Tuition, is that the spelling of tuition? Tui. Tuition. Okay, tuition 900 what? 1,000. Okay, so I have, that is the first case for what someone can enter. The second case is what? IT. If someone has not entered that, someone may enter another one. So I'll have that. Then after that, I put there break. Break is part and parcel of, which means that that is the end of that particular case. In the case statement, I could do many things until when you say break, that means the end. So the second case is what? IT. Okay? So I'll have system dot out dot print what? ln, okay, cos what is the cos in this case? Information what? Information technology. Okay. Tuition is what? Tuition is 750. You have to be careful about the syntax. Termination. I put another break. Okay. I have another case. Which case is this? CS. So okay. Cos computer science and tuition 800,000. Okay. Then I have another case. Another case is the final one here. Okay, this one here. We use system dot. This is what we use as the output. Print ln. The course is business administration. The tuition is 850. So after you have put all your cases, the switch statement, you need to put there a final default. Just like in our question paper, they are saying, when the wrong code is fed into the system, wrong course ID details should be returned. So that one you are going to put it in the other case. So you are going to say default. The default system print ln so here they said when the wrong code is fed, wrong course ID details. Okay. So I have something like that. By default, you don't put. Okay. Let us see. So I have something like this. If I save my work and I try to run it, it's going to tell me course software engineering tuition 900. Why? It's because by default I had put in SE. If I change this to IT, and then I run, it's going to bring IT. If I put something else, you realize it is going to bring wrong course ID details. But one thing that is I want also to add on this program is in case you want the user to be the one to enter, because here we are entering directly in the code. The user will not be going to the code to enter the course ID in the code. But as you realize, I've done the number in, I started at 4:17, and I've done the number in a few minutes. In like 20 minutes, I'm through instead of 50. Let me just add on that bit of how do you make the learner, the user to be the one to enter the data into the program. So what you do, you have to use, you can use what you call the scanner class. So you have to put something up here above the public class if you want to do data input. So you say import Java. You need to import a class which has the definition for the scanner class, which is used for entering data. So you have to first import it. Okay? After importing the scanner class, you can go ahead here. You can go ahead and inside your program, you can go ahead and declare a scanner object, which you are going to use to enter your data. So you are going to say scanner, since we have already imported it up there. So you can now say scanner, and then you call this one, you can call it an input object. Okay? Scanner input object is equal to new scanner. The new keyword in Java is used for instantiating, creating objects out of a class. So we pass on the system.in, the data entry, the input, system input, keyboard input, system input is going to be passed on, is what is taken in as a parameter when we are creating this scanner object. So after creating the scanner object, you are now ready to tell the user to enter. So you can say system.out.println, and you tell the user to enter course what? You have to tell the user what to do, otherwise he will not know what to enter. After telling the user enter course ID, then you can now use your scanner, and instead of here where we were putting the course ID manually, we can now remove that, and instead we put there our input object. Okay, we can now evoke our input object, and inside our we say dot. Since we are capturing a string, we can say dot next what? Next. So with the strings, we say next just. But if we were entering an integer, we would say next int. If we're entering, all of them are here. They are methods. These are methods which are part of the other scanner class. So any object of that class will bear the blueprint of the class. If the class has next what, next, all these nexts are there, next pattern, next line, next, we can actually use the next line. You can use the next line to capture whatever someone will enter into the project. So these are all functions. They are part of the scanner class, and that means every object has them as attributes. This input object, the next is going to be able to be entering. So that is all. That's what I managed to add. I added this line, and finally I added this, but I had to add this one here to tell the user to enter. So after that, let me run my code once again. So this time when I run my program, it is not just going to tell me the course. It is going to ask me for the course ID. So if I put in IT, then it will tell me information what? Technology. If I run again, and it tells me to put in a course ID, and I put what? I put what? CS. To tell me computer what? Science. And in case I put in a wrong one, a wrong ID, it will tell me wrong course what? ID details. So I have finished to do my number very well as per the question here. The question tells me, in case a wrong course ID is entered, these are 14 marks. Then they are telling me to save the project in the folder and print out my codes. So what I need to do, I can copy all of my codes, okay? I will print from here, but I can copy all my codes, and then I can open my notepad, or I can open my Microsoft Word, whatever is easier for me. And then I can print from there. So from here, I'll put my codes in notepad. At the top of the work, it's always good for me to put my name before printing. So I say question 5 by Mukalele Rogers, and I put there my UBB JJA, that is our center, our code for Mukalele University Jinja campus. Then I put in whatever code is of mine, of my registration number. And from there, I can go ahead and print. When I'm printing, I select the printer that is installed. Normally, they will tell us the printer, HP, which is there, and then I will print my work, and it will come out of the printer. The printer which has been already what? Installed. After printing my work, I will also come to this folder, and I make sure that my number 1 is there. I can now embark on another number, which I think is easy. As you can see, I've done this number even in less than 50 minutes. In 30 minutes, I've finished doing the number. Yet they are giving us a full hour in the exam. I've finished it in 30 minutes. Yet they are giving us a full hour and number. So I hope you can practice on this and be able to pass. Watch out for more videos on other numbers.